Well, the day has finally come. As the upload of this video, June 1st, 2026, Rec Room has officially come to close. Which pains me to say a lot because I've spent literally 6 years of my life in this game, and to just see it shut down is not something I've wanted to say. Like, I wish this game could stay on longer, but it's whatever. But in this video, I'm of course gonna take you guys on a trip to memory lane, talk about all the stuff that I've experienced within the 6 years of me playing Rec Room, talk about some of the friends I made, the memories I've made, and everything in between. So, grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, or whatever snack you have, and let's get on to where it all began. On May 8th, 2020 is when I would get my PS4 for my birthday, which the reason I kind of got it for was to play the Danganronpa series, which at the time wasn't available on the Switch, was my original present, but yeah, and this game would have been on Switch too, so yeah. Now, while I don't remember what my first outfit was ever created, if we go check out my RecNet, which I'll put the photo right here, this was my first ever outfit that I have recorded on RecNet, which of course is just some default stuff, you know. We were in the month of Pride and whatnot, or month of Pride was just coming up, so stuff like this would be coming out, you know, we get all this cool stuff and whatnot. And at the time, I was mainly just getting this game just to explore, just to see what this game is about, so I didn't really have much going on. But if we time skip over to November 6th, 2020, a lot has changed in the time from the first outfit to now. Of course, I have joined this group called Pal Jams. I was one of the OG squad members. And at the time, we had this little meeting room where we all hang out and whatnot. And that's where this photo was taken, of course, in this exact same chair and this exact same background. You know, a lot was fun. And then, of course, at the time this happened, November 13th is when I would reach level 50. And my level 50 item wasn't these cuffs nor the cape, but this cool crown right here, which at the time, the only thing I was very hoping for were these Note headphones right here, or like any of them, but this crown is still good because the crown is worth 9,000 tokens, so that was pretty cool. When I first joined, of course, it was easy for me to get to level 30, and then a couple months after, when they reached level 50, I found the grind flats, and I got level 50, and that's why this crown came from. Now, time skip to about a month later after I got level 50, I would randomly come up with this outfit, you know, to just have a little personality for myself. And at the time, it only had a first name of Amy, which then would of course be developed onto what we all know as Amy Petals, the lovely beloved fox girl. Which this was my persona for the longest while, as I really didn't want to identify myself as Smash Master. I kind of wanted to be under a different persona, so that's where Amy came from. Now, before I go into the next memory, I just want to let you know that there's a lot more stuff that is not going to be talked about in this video, but I've made a yearbook of all my memories that literally goes over literally everything that has already been talked in this video or hasn't. So if you want to go view that yearbook, it's down in the description below. You can go view it. Anyways, on to the next memory. Now it's time skip over to March 20th, 2021, where I would meet my good friend, Sarah81 VR, where I knew of her before because I saw the Rexverse Royale, but at the time I never really spoke to her, like watch her stream and whatnot, but I decided to pop in and watch it. Now I don't have the exact clip, but if I do somehow, it'll of course be right up here.
Let's see.
Alright. Well,
Sarah,
we're trying to...
Yes,
can I get a picture of you before I leave?
of course. Ink, if Wolfie can't join in, I can get you in. Am I too short?
There we go.
Rude. Awesome.
I got a picture of you taking a picture.
But, of course, I have this picture right here that I took with Sarah. This is literally the first picture I took with her. Now, honestly, she has been one of the greatest friends I've ever met. Whether it would be just hang out with her in stream, collaborate with her videos, or just being a moderator for her, she has always been one of my greatest friends in Rec Room. Now, over the years, there have of course been some very useful updates for the community. But this one, of course, is my favorite, when they released the double hair dye, where you could have one hair color and then another hair color as a fade, which that was one of my favorite updates. Which that when the update came out, of course, I took this picture right over here showcasing the new update, and of course a bunch of other pictures showing off the new hair dye colors. Now, another cool update they did is they released another platform, Android, which I did forget to talk about Xbox, which the Xbox picture will be up here. But they just released a new platform at the time called Android, or they released on Android, I should say. And they, for people who joined this room welcome Android, they got these cool visors right here, which I've used on massive updates. And I was used to upgrade Chi or Chufusaki, which actually here's the clip I took when those visors came out. It has been a while since I have updated my outfits. What should I update? This one I think needs the most update. And I think I know the perfect room to do it. And I think we all know which room we're gonna use this upgrade for. Let's do it. There is the box. Whoa, look how beautiful it is. Now this is an upgrade that Chufusaki definitely needs. Oh my goodness. Looks very amazing. Just look how textured it is. Oh, nope. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely an upgrade I need. Yes, very, very wonderful times. Now, let's time skip to November of 2021, where I'd meet around November, where I'd meet one of my good friends, Marshmallow VR. You know, a very good fun builder to be with. And she helped me bring the group that I've always had, just as a little side thing, into Rec Room called Smash Productions, which at the time, it didn't look like this logo right over here. It actually looked like this logo right here. It wouldn't be until May 9th of 2022, a day after Merge Day, where I'd come up with this concept art right here, which would eventually become this logo right here. July 4th comes around the corner, and Smash Productions would release their first ever room called Turtle Summers, which was mine and Kawai's first anniversary gift. And of course, there's this cool summer beach room, which if you want to see the stream of that where Marshmallow showed off this room, it'll of course be down in the description below. Now, let's go to September of 2022, where the third year of RecCon is now beginning, which this one is very special to me because one, I had my booth showcased in RecCon, which is a picture right here. And even though it wasn't featured by Rec Room, I was able to host my own event 2 days at the last day of RecCon, which of course the stream will of course be in the description. And on that same day of the panel, I was able to launch Amy's Winter Cabin, the room where I was able to talk more about Amy Petals, have you guys learn more about the lore of her, and just in general, just chill out to this cozy, warm winter hangout world. Which of course, if you want to see a trailer for that, it will be down in the description below. So, I know this ain't the official room, but it looks pretty cool, so we're going to use it for the backdrop. March of 2023 comes around, and that's when Rec Rocks happens, one of the biggest music festivals in Rec Room, or kind of the only one, where they brought a bunch of different artists, which one of my now new favorites, Toki Machine, was there. Which, let me tell you, when I saw him there, it was amazing. Like the light show, the music, everything was just so hype. And the fact that a year after I got to see him live in Minneapolis was even better. I definitely can't wait to have more opportunities to meet more of him. So, I know there's a big skip from March to August, of course, but again, this video is the more notable memories in my experience. If you want the full experience, the yearbook will be down below. But on August of 2023, of course, I was launching the revamped version of Smash Productions, which is Smash Productions V2, which of course, again, I did a stream for that, link down in the description below. Which this was more refined and showed more of my creativity inside of Rec Room. And another thing that happened in August was I was able to, of course, interview the wonderful Energetic Groove. We had a fun time there, getting to know a lot more about her channel, and just having a fun time with her and her community. Now, let's time skip to March of 2024, where they would release full body avatars, which at the time, they didn't look as good as these. There's, of course, some broken things, like you can see from this screenshot right here, my glasses weren't these, they were for some reason the Stunner shades, and then there'd be some other broken textures and whatnot. But overall at the time, it was the new feature, and at the time, I was iffy, but the more I got to learn about it, the more I was like, it's cool, I'll use it sometimes, but not as often. And another thing I was fortunately able to witness in Rec Room was, of course, when they had their final every weekly, which, if you don't know what the weekly is, these things, the boots. These were the last ever weeklies. Which I won't be real. Could have done better, Rec Room. And of course, another thing I was able to celebrate inside of Rec Room and my YouTube channel was that I hit 500 subscribers. Of course, for that, I streamed for 5 full hours, which is some of the best 5 hours of my life. I can't you so much for all the support that I've gotten from that stream. Back on the topic of AMAs, I was also able to interview the wonderful Octavia, which again, a lot of fun happened to talk to her. Then, of course, spark on all of these amazing people that I've interviewed on, of course, the SP Podcast channel, which, if you haven't seen that channel, down in the description below, along with everything else I've talked about in this video. Now, not much else would have happened that was too notable from then to now, besides just, keeping up with my YouTube channel, stream and whatnot. But one of the most notable things that happened recently, of course, was I was able to be a host for Sarah's final 81 build battle, which that was very fun. And of course, behind me, I was able to make Petal City, which is a room that was made completely by myself with the help of friends like Snowy, Diana, and Kayla, and yeah, those were the main 2 people. It would have been Cosmic, aka Phantom, but he wasn't able to help me fly, so it's mainly those 2 that help. But as you see, the amazing room felt amazing. If you haven't seen what the room looked like, of course, it will be down in the description below and on my channel. And that would do it for all the notable stuff. Again, there's a lot more that I could have talked about, but this video would have taken years to finish. So again, all the stuff and more that I've talked about will be down in the description of my yearbook that I've compiled of all the memories I've taken. So definitely go read that. And that would do it for the final video of Rec Room. Again, it's kind of sad that this game's shut down, but it's whatever, nothing we do now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet, be sure to like, subscribe down below, as I will be doing a lot more content like this. For now, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Rec Room, for giving me this amazing opportunity, and I will see you guys next time.